Stop wasting money on travel. Seriously, if you're in your 20s and you're not using credit card rewards to travel the world for free, then you're missing out on one of the biggest financial hacks of our generation. I've flown to multiple countries and stayed in hotels around the world without paying a dime, and in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how I did it. Hey YouTube and my future self, my name is Will, and today we're going to be talking about a topic that's close to my wallet and my passport, and that is using credit cards and travel rewards points to travel the world for free in your 20s. If you're new to this channel, my name is Will, and I talk about career advice and finances for younger generations. So if you're learning to take care of your finances and you want to travel the world for free in your 20s, then this is the video for you. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how I've used credit card rewards points to travel the world for free and how you can do the same even if you're in your 20s. Now, I know what you may be thinking. You may be thinking, credit cards, isn't that the worst thing you can do for personal finance? And the answer is yes. Credit cards, when used irresponsibly, can be an absolute nightmare for taking care of your financial future. But if you're smart about using credit cards and pay your balance off in full every month, you can use the rewards that you get from spending on everyday purchases and turn them into free flights, hotels, and more perks. Personally, I've stayed at places like the Park Hyatt Seoul, the Andaz in Los Angeles, and have gotten free flights to places like Japan, London, and Chicago, all using credit card points. So first things first, we need to talk about a mindset shift when it comes to credit cards. And that is, this strategy only works if you pay off your balance in full every month and accrue no interest over time. I want to be very clear that credit cards are not free money. And if you hold a balance on credit cards, you are only going to be accruing interest that you then owe to the bank who is lending you credit. And then that just completely makes all of the points that you're earning useless because you are now paying to leverage money and then receive points when you could just be receiving points for free. Credit cards are not free money, and they should not encourage you to spend more than you would have spent already with the addition of a credit card to your arsenal. Think of credit cards as a tool. That is a tool that is going to pay you for spending money that you already would have spent. The strategy in this video of using credit card points to get travel rewards points and travel the world does not work or align with this channel's goal of educating younger generations on personal finance if you accrue a balance and pay interest charges. Any interest charges that you incur from carrying a balance on a credit card will outweigh any of the benefits that you can get by leveraging credit card points to your benefit. Plus, more money is going to be leaving your account if you're paying interest, when the goal of this channel and of personal finance is to keep more of the money you make. With credit card rewards points, you can basically not spend as much on travel, and instead use points that you're getting from everyday purchases to pay for that travel, therefore making your travel budget almost nothing. So if you can't commit to paying your balance in full, not spending more than you normally would, and not taking steps to maximize your credit score, then this video is not for you, and we should stop right there. But if you are okay with all of those things and want to learn something super cool that you can do in your 20s with credit card rewards points, then this video is for you. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into it. Now let me share my credit card journey with you, because that will probably kick us off a little bit to get where we're started. When I was 18, I knew that building a credit score was going to be important for getting more favorable rates on loans, helping with applying to an apartment, and overall just becoming a young, successful adult. Now, the first thing I did when I turned 18 was take the advice of YouTubers online and apply for the Discover It secured card. This was an excellent way where I could give Discover Bank $200 that they would then use as collateral against the credit card that they were going to give me. And after a short period of time of about 6 months, when I proved that I wasn't going to rack up crazy interest charges or spend more than my limit, I was given my $200 back and was given a credit card. And about a year later, I knew that I wanted to get into the credit card rewards game. So once I had about a year of solid credit card history with my Discover It secured card, I went and applied for the United Explorer card. My second card was the United Explorer card, which the perks were pretty fantastic. It had a huge sign-on bonus of over 60,000 points for spending a couple $1,000s in the first couple months. The second thing was that you could get free checked bags on any flight that you booked, and you even got priority boarding. On top of that, at the time, the annual fee was waived, and so I didn't have to pay anything to have this card for the first year. And with this card, by just making general purchases like purchasing groceries, going out to eat, and whatnot, I was starting to get rewarded with United points for every dollar that I was spending. And with those points, you can then take those to United itself or other transfer partners and basically pay for flights and hotel rooms with the credit card points that you earn. But after about a year of having the United Explorer card, I was traveling a lot more, and I really wanted to step up my game in the rewards earning categories. So the next card that I got was the Chase Sapphire Reserve. The Chase Sapphire Reserve had benefits that gave me many more points for all of the spend that I was making in many more categories. It did come with a higher annual fee of about $550, but it was partially offset by a $300 travel credit and access to lounges all around the country. So these were excellent perks for me, and it just made my earnings rate a lot higher, especially when I would have to travel for work or submit expense reports. I could basically submit expense reports for work and then get thousands of credit card points just for making purchases on my credit card. And my point in highlighting that is that credit cards are different, and they should reflect your goals goals and what you're trying to achieve. Not all credit cards are created equal, and the things that I was trying to achieve at 18, such as building my credit score, versus what I was doing at 20, trying to get the maximum points for my value of dollar spend, are going to change. So as you're thinking about this, you're going to want to think about what credit card is right for you. Are the annual fees too high, and much more like that. On this channel, I plan to do much more deep dive into specific credit card recommendations for you guys, but this video is more about talking about how we can leverage credit cards to get free travel and free hotels. So what are some of the things that can actually help you get free hotels and free flights? Well, these credit cards have a few different things. The first one is going to be sign-up bonuses. Many credit cards out there will have a kind of introduction offer where if you spend a couple $1,000s in the first couple months of opening your credit card, you can receive point values up to 60,000 points, 100,000 points, somewhere in that ballpark range of credit card rewards points, which can then be used to either turn that into cash, you can use them to transfer to airline partners and get free flights, or you can turn them into hotel points. Now, if you think about this, I personally use Hyatt hotels all the time, and let's say the average Hyatt hotel is about 12,000 points per night. Well, if you sign up for a credit card, meet the minimum spend by making everyday purchases, again, not increasing the amount you're spending for the sole purpose of hitting a credit card bonus, then you could probably get 12,000 a night, 5 nights to 60,000. So you can get 5 nights free at a hotel for hitting a sign-on bonus. The other thing that can help you get more credit card points is going to be the earnings rates that different companies provide for the money that you are spending. Certain cards like the Chase Sapphire Reserve offer up to 3 or Chase Rewards points for travel and dining, which can then be redeemed through Chase's online portal and turned into flights and hotels. Different companies have different rates. Some of the things like the American Express Gold Card offer a lot more for dining out. So when you're picking a credit card that you can strategically use and pay off in full every month, you can think about and compare the different credit cards that are available and think about the areas where you spend the most already. That way you can get rewarded for the spend that you're already making and turn those points into flights and hotels. Another thing to consider is your redemption offers. Some companies will allow you to redeem those points for travel like flights and hotels. You can also transfer those points to airline partners and hotel partners to get specific rates with those companies. And some companies even offer things like converting those points into cash back or other experiences. So it's another thing that you're going to want to consider when you're choosing a credit card that's right for you. The next thing that we're going to talk about is the annual fees. Now, various credit cards have various annual fees. Some of them are free. Some of them can go up to as high as almost $700 for some of those bougier Amex Platinum cards. But this is just one thing that you want to consider because, again, with like what we said with the interest charges, you don't want to make it so that your annual fee is in excess of the value that you're getting from your credit card. Some credit cards offer various discounts and bonuses or stipends that you can use to offset the cost of the credit card. But if you're paying $550 a year and you're only getting $400 in credit card reward points at the end of the year, then it's not going to be a great option. Remember, you want to maximize the value that you can get from these cards, and you should always factor the annual fee into the price that you are paying for a credit card. So those are a couple of the things that you're going to see across various credit cards when you go and look at them, and be sure to do your research. Look at companies like The Points Guy or NerdWallet, which are websites online that talk about credit cards, or you can subscribe to the Will Jenkins YouTube channel where I'm going to be comparing and contrasting various credit cards in the future. So definitely subscribe and leave a comment if that's something you're interested in. So once you've chosen the right card, it's great time to start thinking about how we can actually use that card to then get points to turn into flights and hotels. The first thing you're going to want to do is take that credit card and use it for all of your purchases. I'm talking subscriptions, gas, groceries, online purchases, anything that you are already doing as a part of your normal spending. You're going to want to transition away from using a debit card or cash and start using your credit card. This way you're getting rewarded for every purchase that you make on the card because of the rates that these companies are giving you in credit card points for every dollar you spend across various categories. But again, we are not increasing our spending because we got a credit card. We are going to use the credit card on the purchases that we are already making so that we can get rewarded for the dollars that we're spending anyways. The next thing you're going to think about is those bonus categories. Especially if you start to get more credit cards, you can start to maximize your spend by using various credit cards for various things. Like I said, the Amex Gold Card has a great offering on dining credits, and the Chase Sapphire Reserve has its travel perks, and so those might not be the same. So it may be beneficial to use one card in one situation and a different card in another situation, which is how you can really start to maximize the value of the credit cards that you're using and the spend that you're using. And this can seem a little bit small. Getting 4x on $100 out is around 400 points, which may seem small compared to that 12,000 figure that I quoted earlier for hotel points. But this may seem small, but it will add up over time. Trust me, these small steps over time with due diligence and making careful, responsible decisions can result in thousands and thousands of points over your lifetime that you can then use to convert into fantastic trips. And lastly, the biggest way to get points in the fastest way possible is going to be those sign-on bonuses. As I mentioned earlier in the video, some cards like the Chase Sapphire Reserve offer up to 60,000 points just for spending something around $4,000 in the first 3 months. During certain times of the year, credit card companies are really interested in trying to get more people to sign up for their credit cards, and so you can see that bonus go from 60,000 to 75,000, something in that ballpark range. So instead of trying to increase all of the spending in order to hit that credit card, be smart about when you're timing your credit card applications. Remember, applying to multiple cards at once can hurt your credit card score, so you want to be patient about that. Also, there are rules and limits for certain companies as to how many credit cards you can have, but if you're expecting a big expense to come up, maybe that's you're looking to buy a laptop that you can afford, or you need to buy new tires, or something else that is a necessity or a need that you expect to come up, you can time that with the application of a credit card to then hit some of those bigger spend categories. In the past, when I know that I have big work trips coming up where I'm going to have to spend a bunch of money to go fly somewhere or eat out a bunch, I try and plan that with the timing of my credit card applications. That way I'm not increasing the amount that I would normally be sending, since I'm going to get reimbursed for the amount I'm spending on said work trip. So sign-on bonuses are a great way to get a ton of points, and lots of points can be converted into flights and hotel points, and you can get a lot of value out of sign-on bonuses if you time it properly. And I cannot stress this enough, but pay your bills on time in full every month. If you have to set up automatic payments, that is a great way to do so, but make sure that you are paying it off every month in full. Credit card rewards points do not work if you incur interest expenses or other fees for not paying your credit card on time or having late fees. And if you follow those simple rules and you take advantage of the categories that I just outlined, you'll be surprised at how fast your credit card points balance can start to grow, and it'll really add up. Now let's talk about the exciting part, how you can redeem those credit card points for the things we've talked about in this video. The first place that you can redeem your points is going to be the credit card companies' travel portals, especially if you have higher end credit cards. Companies like Chase, American Express, and Capital One all have travel portals that are essentially like online booking agencies that allow you to purchase hotel rooms, flights, and experiences for credit card points instead of dollars. The value of your points on these portals can fluctuate and be different than what you would be doing if you were to book directly with an airline or a different partner. So it's always a good idea to shop around and compare the different options that you have for redeeming credit card points, which is a perfect segue into our next way that you can redeem travel points, which is going to be through transfer partners. Now, transfer partners may sound kind of complicated, but it's actually super simple. The credit card companies that have travel portals will often allow you to transfer your credit card rewards points balance to a partner that they work with. This could be an airline, this could be a hotel or a cruise line, other things like that. And depending on the credit card you have, this is a perk that some credit cards offer. Now, the reason that this is important is because during certain holiday periods or promotional offers, or even sometimes just in general, you can get way better value by transferring your points to credit card transfer partners than you would going through the credit card's travel portal. For my example, I have loyalty with Hyatt, and so I earn extra points every time I stay at Hyatt. I get better rates than the average travel portal would provide me. And so one of my favorite things to do is take the points that I earn from Chase, transfer them directly to Hyatt, and then use all of the perks that I have from Hyatt status and the earnings rates to get better deals on Hyatt directly than if I were to use them on the Chase travel portal itself. Another thing that you may see is that some airlines or other hotels may offer increased bonuses for transferring your points over to those partners. You may see a multiplier where it says, hey, for every 1 point you transfer over to our platform, we'll give you 2 points in value every time you do it. So those are some things that you're going to want to look out for, and you can start to build loyalty with the certain brands that you're transferring to more frequently and get even more value out of those points if you're able to do so. And lastly, but absolutely not least, flexibility is going to be key. You may see different redemption rates, you may see different prices or timing depending on when you are trying to book stuff with points. In my opinion, it is best to try and keep it flexible. Don't be super rigorous on the flights and plans that you're looking for, because if you are flexible, you can often find really great deals with points than you would have if you were super specific on the dates that you want to look for. So you can then use the massive points balance that you've collected by making everyday purchases and not keeping a balance to then get the best value out of flights. Sometimes you can find round-trip flights for 12,000 Chase points through different partners like American Airlines, and that's an excellent way to go to a new city completely for free. Just being willing to shift your travel by just a day or two can get you much better value than if you were to stick to a specific date. So that's the best way that you can maximize your money, or should I say your points. I've personally booked flights to London and Japan with points. I've stayed in Hyatt hotels like the Park Hyatt in Seoul for completely free, all because of understanding the rules in this video about how you can maximize and use your credit card points to the best of your ability. So if you follow the advice in this video and stick around, then you're gonna be able to travel for free in your 20s. So those are some of the ways that you can actually use the points to book travel and hotels. But now let's kind of take a step back and think about the big picture. Now the big picture here is that credit card rewards point aren't just about travel. Of course, that is the main video reason here, but they're more than that. It's about financial literacy and how you can use tools that are available to you to your advantage. By using credit cards responsibly, you're not only building credit, earning rewards for the spend that you're already making, and most importantly, you are saving potentially thousands of dollars on travel. Travel can be extremely expensive, and for the diligent saver, something that they completely rule out through their life. When I was 20, I completely axed any excess spending that was not going to fit the needs of trying to retire early and achieve financial independence. So by using credit card points, I taught myself the valuable skills of paying off my credit card in full, building credit, and much more, while being rewarded for it and being able to travel for free to a bunch of places. So I was able to mix saving and being diligent with my money with having great experiences while I was young. So there you have it. That's my guide to traveling the world in your 20s with credit card rewards points. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and comment what credit card you're planning on getting next. Remember, please use credit cards responsibly. They can be absolutely detrimental if used incorrectly. So thanks a ton, and if you need any support on your journey with building credit or other personal finance hacks, be sure to check out jenkinswill.com, where I give all of my recommendations for credit cards that I have used personally and where you can reach me personally if you want someone to talk to. With that out of the way, thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. See you guys.